Hey guys, today we are going to do a flip through of this vintage journal that I've made for a customer. This one sold. This was one of my first journals. I have a few finishing touches that I want to go ahead and do on camera, and then we'll go through the book. Now, let me see. We're going to, this is experimental. The other heart that I put on the book, about here, maybe here, so you could see the notes here, was, I think it was plain. But I have this Stickles, and I also have this LA color for shine, and I have my Distress worn lipstick and a watercolored pencil. So with this Tim Holtz stencil, I just put it on here and used my dauber and just went all the way across the whole spine, front and back, and it gives it some sort of texture, but it's what they call, I think it's ghost. I'm not sure, but that's what it is. So we're going to go ahead and let's see if we can paint the heart so that we can use some lace to stick it on the book. So I'm going to go ahead and give it some color. Isn't this a beautiful heart? Okay, we don't need to do the other side because it's going to be glued down. So we're done with that. This has water, yeah. This has a little bit of water. What I'm gonna do is I'll put some Stickles here. Or you know what, maybe I'll just put it right here on the word love. We can spread it with the watercolor pencil. Okay. So now, let's see with the, put it over here facing down with the LA color. This is pretty messy. Oh, it actually has a brush of its own. But it goes back into the jar, so I don't want to. Let me just put some out here. Just a little bit. This is the best thing they did for eyeshadow. And let me get some water on my brush. Yeah. Let's see. This is what I use to make my mist. see here, I want to make sure that that dries right away. We can spread that a little bit. It's nice when you spread the stickles. Normally it just sits and takes forever to dry, but if you do this, it's flatter and it still has its shine. I hope you guys don't mind the silence while we finish this. I have my fan blowing in the background. I went today to the doctor to have a biopsy on my foot, and he took 2 chunks, so I will be in pain later once the lidocaine wears off. But I figure I would finish my book so that I can go lay down and bring my feet up, because I'm supposed to have them up. But I want to finish the book so that I can have my husband go to the post office. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? Oh, I like this a lot. Wow, isn't that beautiful? Wow, I really like that. Let me show you. Do I have a background, a white background? Isn't that beautiful? Look at the shine. Oh yeah. Oh, see what happens when you experiment? Nice, I like it. All right. So I'm going to put it here by the fan. It should be dried in a couple of seconds. And then we're going to move on to, look at this, my birthday card that my mother sent me. Isn't it beautiful? She just has the best taste. Okay, let me wipe this up so that we do not get that onto our book. Okay. Always clean your brushes. Oop. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and I have to get a picture of what else is in front. I know we have a dangle. I did a nice dangle for her. and it has seam binding. It has this is faux leather string. It has hearts inside, hanging buttons hanging all the way on the bottom. See that? It has let's see, over right here, I put some eyelash trim, then some buttons with some twine, more twine here, and then I sewed on some that's called tulle onto some of the strings. And then you see how the buttons just hang down when the book is upright. I love it. And then all that yumminess. We have a little girl in the back. I think this one came out better than my prototype. And I left the spine, it's being held down by these two side ends so that the book falls flat. You see the opening there? I could put my finger through there. And just to hide the, because I used Tyvek for the flexibility of the spine and the edges so that it will not break no matter how many times she opens and closes the book. Alright, so let's go inside. And this one I did it a little different than my original one. My original one had the lace inside. This one I took and I used that Tim Holtz, I want to call this damask, but it's not damask, it says steampunk. And just used my dabber and went over it like that. I love it. And then I have a little stamp there that I created for the closure, and then I still have to put something in that pocket. So as you can see, I still have my clips in there. I added this is wax paper, just to keep this cover clean. She looks like Darla. And then this is a belly band, some lined paper for journaling, a doily, and this is a bag with goodies. I just closed it over. And this is a tuck spot here, all the way. And then the same thing back here, another tuck spot, more journaling. This is an envelope with the collection, and this collection is from Artsy Maze. I sewed it here. My machine was acting up and did not want to sew. I was able to sew that before it went on the fritz. Coffee dyed the paper and added just some paper there for journaling. And that goes there. This one, I did it a little different than my original one, but I think it came out a lot better. I wanted to have a 3D bow there. A postcard, I used it for a pocket. This is a picture. And then I had some leftover paper that actually came out of my machine. It wasn't good, so I just cut it up and used it on my Sizzix with a die. Now she could journal on that. And also journal on the back of this photo. And then I added a little flower with, I'm sorry, hold on please. Alright, I am back. Sorry for the interruption. My husband came home for lunch, and so I had to pause a long while. I am amazed at how this came out. I love it. So beautiful. From that to that. Isn't that beautiful? I hope you guys try it and post some pictures on my Facebook page. All right, so now I have a couple of things that I have to stick down. So let's go ahead and do that. We were going through the flip through. Journaling in there, journaling in here, here. I coffee dyed these papers. These I left white. I like to have different types of paper, the color. This is a beautiful belly band. Let's see. It's pretty big. Some lace from Hobby Lobby. And then this is a corner pocket. Whoop, I have it pinned there with a stapler. And this is peach crochet thread that I thought went well with the book. I don't know if my camera looks orange because of the colors. I hope it doesn't come out orange because I see it kind of orange on the screen. Okay. Side pocket. More journaling. And this is from the Artie Mays collection on Etsy. It's a kit. More journaling. There's plenty of room to journal. And then this page I made a little different. As I said, my sewing machine was acting up, but I got a few things done. So I sewed on here. I added this button here, a vintage button. Love that color. And then I was able to sew on here, here. This is glued, and this is a pocket here. And this actually up here, let me see if I have something as an example. Up here, oh, I can't see that. Let me turn the book. There's an opening to put something there. So somehow I'm going to have to kind of identify that as a pocket. Maybe I'll take this off and just surround that so that she knows it's a pocket there. And then a tab here. And this, oh, and then I forgot to mention that I added a corner reinforcement, hole reinforcement, and then I added this beautiful vintage button. See that there? I hope you can see it. It's a beautiful vintage button. There it is. Let me push this over here so that maybe the color will get better. Okay, and as you can see, the book lies flat, and that was my intention. Okay, I added a little tab here, dimension here, a pocket with a tag, more journaling, all of this is journaling. This is 2 pages. And then another pocket with a doily with goodies. But I did it instead of it going upward. I mean, this is a tuck. You can open it this way. More journaling. I cut this out with my Sizzix die. And then I added a huge pocket here for her goodies or whatever personal things she may want to put there. And then I added, look how beautiful that, I love the way that came out. That's the center, and normally this is black. I've always disliked that, just plain black. So I decided to add 2 pages, which I think jazzed the journal up, the junk journal. And I did a pocket on this side as well. So she has plenty of storage. And then more journaling. The wax paper. This is packing paper. I added some trim. This is somewhat of a tuck spot. And then here we can actually add another tag. So let's, I think this seam binding is too short. I should have the green one. Oh, here it is. All right, let's use this one. I'm always afraid to pull because it is paper, and I don't want it to tear. So there we go. All right, more paper to journal on, all that is to journal on. I added a vintage button with some twine, lace on the bottom, lace trim, and then, oh, this is a pocket, and she could journal on the back. And another pocket back here, a very deep pocket. That's it. A belly band. Another pocket here. We can add some goodies in there. I have to find some goodies to add there. You can even add this tag here since it's small enough. Okay, this is from the collection. These tabs are all from the collection. This paper is dyed with coffee. Another bird pocket. She has plenty of pockets, plenty of envelopes. Here's another pocket. Another envelope here. And some lace trim. Another pocket with a doily. And this is again from the collection. This paper is also from the collection. Coffee dyed. What happened here? Oh. All right. So we have a tag. We can tuck there. A little pocket there, and I added a beautiful flower there of a button. That's a vintage button. See it? Yeah, I gotta be careful there. All right, so let's go ahead and add some ribbon to this one as well. This way all of the pockets have a tag. And as I said, this one's sold, so and there is a tag. The other side of the bag, we can put something in there. This has a place for journaling. I like this. Actually, maybe we'll put it in like this. You can't see her anyway. There. And here, this is washi tape. I put some glue underneath there. I sewed this lace together like that, scrunching it up. And then I put the tape over it. On a brown paper bag. This is wrapping brown paper bag. More journaling, 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 the wax paper, more journaling, and then we come to the end. Now I put the wax paper to protect the front of this paper. And then here we are going to put this. Just like that. And then I glued the extra paper that I had. I just cut it out and glued it down. I think that looks marvelous. So now we are going to glue this down. right here. Actually, I'm going to put tape because I don't want the glue to make ripples and ruin my envelope. I mean, it won't ruin it, but I'd rather just use the tape. Okay, this is not my scissors for glue. And you always have to burnish the tape because if not, it will come off. And also here. Can't see there. Okay. So let me burnish this down. Let's do it on this side. Okay, I think that's plenty. It will hold it down. Alright, gotta stand up for this. Try and center this. Right about there. Let me bring it down just in case she does use the pocket. Right there. Okay, and then this is going to go in here. Like that. Perfect. Okay, so all in all, I think this book came out beautiful. It's definitely packed. And I'm going to put more goodies in the pockets. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish the front. Doesn't that look gorgeous? I'm going to put some lace here because that's the way it originally came. I mean, it was made, but I don't want to cover the love up, the word love. I don't want to cover that up. So let's see if I can get this through that big hole. Let's see. And then I also have a little flower that goes on here. Actually, let me tie a knot right there. And I believe this had a should have gotten it out first. This had a one of these things. Let's see. Actually, I have this that says "Made with Love," and then where is my? Oh goodness. I know I had it here. It's not this one. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. So sorry. It's not there either. Oh goodness. You know what? I'm gonna have to just put this one on. I don't know where I put my, let me just come right back.